If the division's diminished, the title itself is not. Heavyweight champion of the world. He was the baddest man on the planet, the greatest, and he was American. So what happened? Where's the star-spangled kid who apprenticed amid speed bags and spit buckets? Well, chances are he's in the Big Ten, the Pac-12, or the SEC, where, but for an unforeseen circumstance, Deontay Wilder always imagined he'd be. Growing up around here, your aspiration had to be to play for an SEC school.
I wanted to play for the Crimson Tide. That was my big dream. You know, I've been watching them since I was coming up, and that was my thing. I wanted to play for the Crimson Tide.
You finish up high school and enroll at Shelton Community College. Looking forward to scholarship, maybe with a little luck, Alabama, and then you find out you're going to be a father.
Right. Being 19, my whole life just paused a little bit.
But that wasn't the only news you got.
I remember having to go with her mother to the doctor, and I remember it just like it was yesterday. The room was kind of dim. It seemed so dark, I couldn't even see his face. I can just remember a voice talking, and it was asking, do we know anything about spina bifida and stuff like that? I wasn't familiar with it at all. The doctor said that she probably would never have a natural childhood ability of learning. She probably would never walk because most kids are in wheelchairs or are paralyzed from the waist down. I was scared, man.
How many surgeries has Naya had?
About 5 surgeries. And seeing your child go through so much pain, needles being stuck through her eyes looking at you. She's screaming from the top of her lungs, calling out your name. That gets to you, man.
You're a 19-year-old kid. How are you going to take care of a little girl who needs multiple surgeries?
My whole mentality of stepping into the gym was to turn pro and just press my luck. I'm thinking about how can I gain money to support my daughter. Me working 2 jobs and still coming here training, it was tough.
So why didn't you quit?
I couldn't, you know. My body wanted to quit, but my heart wouldn't let me. As a father, I was gonna give her 110% of whatever it had to be done. I done won 2-time Golden Gloves champion. After I got at the Olympics, turned pro. I'm 32-0 with 32 knockouts. I'm successful. My kids taken care of. Naya is the type of person that if she see it, she can do it just like me. So to finally see her walking, it was one of those moments. The tears just rolled down, you know, like she's blessed to be, you know, flipping. She's a gymnast.
Do you get a shot at the title, if not for Naya?
This is all for Naya, man. I will be a champion one day. I promised that to her at 1 year old. Now I can make this a reality. It's realistic now. And now that I have this opportunity, I can't let her down. Growing up in my neighborhood, things did get rough where you had to defend yourself.
About every week I'm cautioning him about not fighting and just trying to instill in him to try to be peaceful with everybody. But I wanted to say, get him, Deontay.
When she came out, she was the size of my palm of my hands. Sometimes you have a child that's born with a challenge in life, and ours was born with spina bifida. I was working at an IHOP when I first had her. Then I went from there to Red Lobster, and I also was at Budweiser, which I was driving the truck.
He told me that he's not going to be able to provide for her. And then he said, boxing, he said, I can make a lot of money boxing.
He came in and told me he wanted to learn to box, and this is something he really wanted to do. I hear that all the time.
You seeing your daughter on a table, doctor sticking needles in her, and she's screaming, looking up at you, crying and reaching out for you, man. I couldn't take it. But it made me stronger and made her stronger because I was fighting for her. I see her every Tuesday, and I get her every other weekend through court order. She know that Dad boxes and Dad loves her.
When he picks me up from school, he tells me that he loves me when he looks into my eyes.
One time she said, "Dad, you're all I got." I said, "Oh, babe." Yeah, I told her I love her.
I tell him, when you have your next fight, make sure you knock him out.
Come on, Deontay! Knock him out, baby! Come on, sweetie! 18 seconds, let's go!
Nobody's gonna stop me. How? How can you defeat a guy that he's not doing it for himself? That he's got a little girl that he's been made a promise to.
When Mike Tyson was knocking these guys out, when he was coming up, he was Kid Dynamite. And Deontay does the same thing against guys with better records than Mike Tyson fought. You know, when's he gonna fight somebody? He's fighting Malik Scott, 36-1 in Puerto Rico. Whoever won that fight was getting a shot at the heavyweight championship of the world.
A straight right hand drops Malik Scott.
The WBC, this is the title that Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali and Evander Holyfield, this is the big title. It's just one thing to tell him. Naia, a promise.
The promise is a promise. Now it's on me. At the end of the night, I could be a champion.
I stood up and with a loud voice, I said, "Get him, Deontay."
Protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
Right hand by Stabern. Wilder teeing off on Stabern. Wilder starting with the jab. He finishes it with the jab.
The new WBC Heavyweight Champion of the world, Deontay Wilder.
Now, yeah, baby, I know you watching it. I promise you, when you was 1 year old, that Dad'll be world champion. Daddy coming home with that belt, baby.
When I see my daddy win, it makes me feel happy.
She said, "Dad, I'm proud of you." You know, because I fulfilled my promise. What I've learned from her is stand strong, no matter what life may bring to you. And I'm super proud of her. She's something else. She's something.
He's very cool as a dad, and I just love him very much.
He's held the title for a year. I don't think enough people know how good he is. I don't think enough people know who he is. He hasn't really entered into the public consciousness yet. I'd like to see that happen. The Klitschko defeat throws everything up in the air. I have to think that Deontay himself is a little bit regretful that he didn't get to kick Klitschko's ass first.
Good.
Welcome to my city.
All right, man.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Good.
You ever been here before?
I've been here, yeah, many times. Many times.
You like New York?
I like to come and visit, but at the same time, it's too crowded.
This ain't country, man.
Yeah, it's too crowded for me, man.
Who is he?
It's good.
What do you mean, who is he?
I know.
You know who this is?
He doesn't play for Detroit Red Wings, I don't know.
He's a heavyweight champion of the world.
So am I.
This is Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, you are too.
Take the music. Bro.
You want music? I'll give you
I
some.
make it myself.
All right.
Doing all right? Yeah, oh good.
What she say?
Sister love boxing.
Come on, champ. Who do you got to beat up now to get all these people to love you, to know who you are?
Man, I think unifying the titles, man. I really feel once we got that strong American heavyweight to unify the division, to have all the titles, that's when I feel that true stardom will come.
Don't you want to be able to walk down that boulevard and everyone scream your name, Deontay?
I mean, it's when you think about it, when you hear it, even when I sit here and imagine it, it'll be a great feeling. It sounds good, but that's not the desire of my heart. It really is not. I want to build my legacy. When it's all over for me, I can't carry those people with me. So I can't really dwell on who knows me, who's not. If I can walk down those streets, people recognize me or not, you know. Once I unify the division, I think it'll be a dramatic change.
What performance are you most proud of?
I mean, of course, gaining my belt, beating Mr. Byrne, gaining my belt.
One time you didn't knock anyone out.
One time I did not knock anyone out, but I still gained something because I proved to the world I can go 12 rounds. I proved to the world that I could take a punch. I proved to the world that I can be a boxer, I can fight, you know? And that fight was so great to me because I promised my daughter that I'd be a champion.
What did Naya say to you when you brought home the belt?
When I brought the belt, she said, "Daddy, I'm proud of you." And you know, sometimes we tell our children that we're proud of them. But to hear my daughter tell me that, you know, it was a different, I had emotional feelings about that.
How much of a better fighter are you today than before you fought Mr. Byrne for the title?
Oh my God. I'm 10 times better. 10 times better.
Let's go through some of the guys in the division here. You think that there's something in Povetkin that he's scared of you?
I think so.
Why? What makes you say that?
I'm just different. My athleticism, the way I'm able to move in the ring, the way my speed, the power that I have, the awkward style that I have. Need I say more? I'm just a different fighter than these guys in the heavyweight division. A lot of people want to base everything about size and stuff like that. And I tell people all the time, I'd rather be the part than look apart.
Tell me about Tyson Fury.
He's just a tall guy, don't have no power, you know, like to act a fool in the ring, which I like to do. I like to as well. You know, I like to have fun. He have fun in the ring, but I knocks him out.
In October, Tyson Fury said of you, "I don't think the fight's gonna happen, and it's because he's afraid."
I offered him to fight me. I offered him to be my first guy that I defend my title against. Maybe they forgot about that.
No, I remember after you beating Stavern, the talk was that you were going to fight Tyson Fury. So I always wondered what happened to that fight.
That's right. They wasn't ready. They didn't want that fight. They wanted Klitschko.
Different tune after Fury won the title. He said, "Why do we have to mention Deontay Wilder? Let's have a laugh at his name, shall we?" You laughing?
It's not a laughing matter.
If Deontay Wilder wants a unification fight, he's going to have to wait.
Nobody wants to fight. You already know what the results is going to be. These guys know I'm very serious about this. When I speak about it, I feel it inside of me.
So let me go back to picking a fight with you and Tyson Fury. He says you're a basketball player.
I can be a tennis player, a golf player, and even a soccer player. When it come down, when getting into that ring or that night of that fight, all that goes out the window of what kind of player I am.
Calls you a novice.
Hey, I'm the heavyweight champion of the world.
Who do you think would be most likely to fight you, Tyson or Klitschko?
I think Tyson. I think Tyson. You know, even though he talks a lot, you know, but I think he'll fight. I'll go to London for that one. I'll go in his territory for that one.
You don't think that one's going to the judges then, do you?
It's not going to go to the judges.
It seems to me like there are too many guys who want too many titles and too few guys who are willing to actually fight for them.
Most guys, you know, they want the easy way out, you know. I don't really feel that they want one guy to have all their belt.
Spilka did 1.5 years in prison. Scared yet?
For what?
Soccer brawl.
Yeah.
They take their soccer seriously.
Most definitely.
Do you need to knock out Spilka?
Of course I need to knock Spilka out. I need to knock whoever get in that ring out. I don't feel like I have to prove that I can go into more rounds, you know. With anybody, I don't care who they are. My goal is to knock whoever standing in front of me.
When you're in that moment, that place in the ring, you're not a nice guy anymore.
Not only do the person I am on the outside change, but the person on the inside, the feeling that I have in the inside, it changed too.
What is it? Who is it?
It's a feeling that I cannot describe. You know, I try to find words. I try to take my mind away and describe. Even when we talk about the fight, I feel it. I feel them right now. You know.
Are you ever scared you're gonna hurt someone in the ring?
Sometimes. Sometimes that's when I go back. I have two prayers. I have a team prayer and I have an individual prayer. And my individual prayer going in the line of, Lord, I want to knock him out, but I don't want to hurt him to the point where he can't go back to his family or to his kids.
We talked about Alabama, and you know that there is a very special way that the people of Alabama feel about the Crimson Tide.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do to make people in this country feel that way about Deontay Wilder as their heavyweight champ?
Just keep fighting. Sooner or later, sun will break. Keep fighting, keep winning, keep knocking people out. You know, once you keep doing those things, you can't get denied no matter what.
Praise God, praise God. Let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you for this day, this time, this opportunity, Lord, that you allowed us to be here today, Lord. For you are awesome, you're great, and without you, Lord, we would be nothing. For sharing your grace and mercy, Lord. Said you died for our sins, Lord. You spilled so much blood on that Calvary cross. But come Saturday night, Lord, I'm going to make sure my opponent shred as much blood as you have, Lord. In your name, I pray, amen. How y'all doing today? Oh, my goodness. How y'all doing, man? This. Come on now. How y'all guys doing, man? Y'all should be excited, electrifying. You know, this is the most excited, entertaining heavyweight bout in years. And this is just the beginning. We are leading the way with the awakening of the heavyweight division. And there's no other place than have it at the MGM Grand. I just like to thank Golden Boy, Showtime, Don King's promotion, Al Heyman, Shelly Fingers, and I like Shelly Fingers. You know, that's my man. You know, we talk every day, so you know. Just like to thank all those guys, man. Just thank you for this facility, man. It's been wonderful. I can't ask for a better place to be at than have a heavyweight title fight than here at the MGM Grand, where we're all, you know, boxing is the #1 spot to have boxing. You know, it's beautiful. I've been ready for this. I've been waiting for this for so long. The training, the heartaches, the pain, the suffering, the sacrifice that I had to, you know, stay away from my kids, man. It's been, man. It's been a long journey for me. Many people wrote me off early way back in my amateur career. Many people wrote me off. Many people said I shouldn't supposed to be here. And they still write me off to this day, which I appreciate them. I like that. Because when they write me off, I still exceed past. I still go to another level. I still push forward. When so many blockers that came in through my life, people don't know my story. They don't know my journey. They don't know my path. What it took me to get here. Nothing has ever been given to me. But I appreciate that. I appreciate every little thing that I have and had to go throughout my life. That's what makes me who I am now. As a man, a hard-working man, for I know that anything that I have to gain in life, I have to work hard to get it. And now I know I have to work hard to get this belt, and I'm ready for that test. I'm ready for this time. This is my time. I don't think my opponent understands purpose. I don't think he understands God-appointed time. I don't think he understands the love I have for my kids that I have to provide. But this is my time. This is my place. This is my journey. And the only one can distract me from my time is myself. I can't wait. Y'all in for a treat, man. Y'all in for a treat. I ain't never been so ready to whoop a man in a long time. Never been so ready, man. It's been a lot of talking. I know it's been a lot of talking. It's been a lot of pictures being made, a lot of social media stuff, entertainment stuff. But doing so through all that, all this been real. There's no been playing. I don't play games. I can't play boxing. It don't get no realer than this. We can't play this. We risk our lives each and every time in that ring, and y'all guys, if y'all only knew how ready I am, if y'all only knew how much pain I'm about to put on this boy. Y'all been waiting for an American champion. All this is for me right here. This is for me. Of course I had to promote it all by myself. Of course I ain't scared to talk. Because I'm going to bag it up. I ain't scared to express myself. Because I'm going to bag it up. I ain't scared to walk high with my hair and my chest hold high, stuck out as well too. Because I'm ready. I'm ready for any test. And anybody say this is a test, please stick by that. Please stick by that, folks. So when I do the unexpected, I don't want y'all to degrade this man. I don't want y'all to call him another bum or make excuses for my victory. I don't want you to do that. Stick by your word. If this is a test for me, let it be the test for me. And watch me pass my test. Watch me do it. I promise you, I guarantee you I will do it. I can't wait. Y'all in for a treat. I swear, y'all tell you, y'all in for a treat. You in for a treat. Man, come on with it. In for a treat. Man, I'm going to leave it. Man, I'm so excited. I don't, mostly I say sometimes I have words, but I'm so excited, man. We done kept it long enough. It's a little nippy up in here. They're trying to get on out of here, man. But I can't wait, guys. I'm excited. I'm super excited, man. And it's about that time. It's about that time, huh? Where my bomb squad people's at? Where my bomb squad people at? Where my bomb squad people at?
WBC Heavyweight Champion of the world.
Hey, je vais te demourir. See from me. I hope you're ready, baby, because I'm ready. I hope you're ready. You ready? I know your trainers, your managers, everybody been speaking for you, which is okay, but the only problem with that is they can't fight for you. They only can make it worse for you. And they have made it worse for you. You don't understand what type of man you about to get in the ring with. You don't understand what type of... You don't understand what you done got yourself into. You only been champ for a short period of time and you're walking around like you've been champ for a long time. But all this by the end, you only been a tourist to that belt. Sophia coming home with me. I promise you. Your whole team y'all might well find a new job because I'm about to delete all y'all jobs. I'm about to delete all. You better find the next one. Y'all think I've been playing, man, for so long. You think that the taunting and the things I've been doing, you think I've been playing. But y'all don't know. You just don't know. But I like how y'all stay by your boy. Stay by him. I like how Don been talking, Camille been talking, but he hasn't been talking. Is it because of the nerves? Are y'all afraid? You should be. Y'all think y'all got the remedy for me. Y'all think everything y'all been saying, preparing for me. I laugh at that shit, boy, I tell you. Y'all better be ready. There's been a lot of stories going on, a lot of lies and stuff been going. I'm about to end it, but I'm gonna get it out. There's been a lot of lies going on around here. Seeing videos of me getting hurt and come on with it. Me getting hurt and all that junk. I done heard some shit too. I'm gonna tell my Don, I done heard that if any kind of chance of them winning, if it's any kind of chance of them winning, I heard they plan on getting rid of you, Don. Hey, I gotta let him know. If a man gonna lose his job, he need to know up front. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. They say since they train in the Mayweather gym, they gonna get Mayweather to sign them. They gonna lead Dunn. This is what I heard. But get what, Dunn? He said he brought you to the top. But what you gonna do when he gets stopped? Because I'm about to put this Haitian on permanent vacation. And the new Bomb Squad. You tell me. We gonna find out. We gonna find out. But guess what? Guess what? Just like I told my last opponent, the side chicks, cause y'all side bitches. So just like I told the last count, and if you go back and look at it, just like I told the last count, you can't speak for him because you ain't gonna be in the ring. And if you want to tag team, we can do that too. But you ain't gonna be able to fight. You ain't gonna be able to fight for him. What you can do is only make it worse for him. You're not gonna fight for him, so it's easy in your position. Your position is easy. Your position is easy. Your position is easy to talk, cause that's cheap. You ain't got enough money to speak to me. You ain't got enough money, so guess what? Stay on the side because you can only make it worse for him. You in my home, stay home, boy. So you sit back with your black and yellow shirt and sit back because you can only talk. It ain't making it no better. You ain't gonna make it fight for that boy.
You gotta know, I know, he ain't playing.
And guess what? You just made it bad worse on him because I guarantee you, y'all ain't going home with no belt. I promise you that. And when I stand over him, when I knock him out, I'm gonna tell him welcome to Alabama. I'm gonna make sure that ain't nobody leaving this state with no nothing, no hard work. Are you gonna leave with a bloody nose and a black eye? Congratulations. Thank you for the moment. We appreciate him for the opportunity. We thank him for signing the contract. But now it's time. Come Saturday night, baby, history will be made. And if y'all look back and you see that sign, that's what it's gonna say. And still, he done just made it 10 times worse. See, I was gonna be calm and relaxed. When we have side many men that want to talk for the other one, and they ain't even no warrior. They just a messenger, but they can't get in the ring and fight because them niggas like that, they just run. They talk, they talk, they just run when it's time for war. Them ain't the ones you want to have. I'm talking, dog. The champ is talking. The champ is talking. It's not your time. Go ahead, so when people like that, they just talk. When it's time for battle, they run. So you can't really trust your life into people like that because he's doing his job. He's talking. This is a warrior. That ain't gonna mean nothing. So when he get beat, you stand by. Don't you say Team Molina. You divide. You're united right now. But when he lose, you're gonna be divided. And then what it's gonna be? Just Molina. It'll be just Molina. Just like all the other ones do, right? So y'all supposed to motivate and cover him up. Look here. Don said he ain't gonna understand my language. But guess what? This right here, universal. This universal. This universal right here. Everybody know what this means. And when Granddaddy used to wear this in the alley, you already know you was in trouble. And I'm not reading what Granddaddy did. I'm waving it. So boy, you in trouble now. Y'all in my town, baby.
You guys doing today? Man, I'm just so excited. I'm so happy to be here in the Big Apple. You know, it's amazing to me that it's been over 115 years since there's been a heavyweight fight here. I've always said everything has happened in the right time in my life. That's even with the people that I've met in my career have been so helpful. You know, I still dwell on the time when I first met Lennox Lewis at the Boxing Hall of Fame, and he took the time out of his time. He took his time out of his schedule, and I remember us being in the parking lot, and he showed me different techniques on how to position my feet, how to throw the jab, how to do many things, and he had all his bodyguard around as if we was in a middle circle, me and him competing against each other. Stuff like that, I'll never forget. So by that being said, he is one of the guys that I definitely look up to. One of the guys that have came before me and set the standards. And he set it at a high pace, being that a hard act to follow. But being that the person that I am, I love a challenge. That's what got me through life. I think everybody in this room have, I won't say everybody, but majority of everybody may have had struggles coming up or had a hard time. Everybody's life different. I've had my hard share times as well too. Dealing with different jobs, dealing with my daughter that was born with spina bifida. That's the only reason why I got into boxing. And now with 4 children with me, they're all my motivations now. That's why I'm the strong guy that I am now, mentally, physically, emotionally. I do everything for my children. I mean everything. They're my boss. The last guy to be the undisputed champion of the world was Lennox Lewis. That was 1999. And now, here it is, 2016, where you see a young champion trying to follow the footsteps of the great champion as Lennox Lewis to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Now, anybody that knows me, especially those that grew up with me, know that if Deontay says he's going to do something, you don't have to second guess him. He's going to do it. And I'm telling you guys, I am hungry. I am determined. 2016, I keep saying I'm not playing with nobody. The things that I say, I don't just say it to make myself sound good. I don't just say it just because you got all these cameras, you got all these people. I say it because I really feel it inside of me, or I wouldn't say it. I'm very confident in what I'm capable of doing and what I'm about to do come January the 16th. This time is different. I don't want to sit here and say I'm going to bash his head or peel his milling back or any of those. I don't want to say it this time. You know, this time around I want my action to speak for itself. This is a great card. This is a great card. It's 2 heavyweight title fights on this card. It don't get no better than it. This is the heavyweight division. And we all can say that the heavyweight divisions definitely have gotten exciting again. And 2016 is the start of it. And by having someone like me, it's only gonna get better. It's only gonna get better. I'm so hungry, guys. I'm hungry for success. You know, I had to take Sophia because I named her before I even got her because I knew she was gonna be my girl. I took her from the dungeon of Burmese Laverne and put her into a sweet castle. And that's where she stayed. She's spoiled right now. With a custom box with leather skin on her, with mink all the way around her, even from the top of her to the bottom of her, and she wear a little mink hat as well too. She sleeps good at night. And I don't think she's ready to leave yet. See, the thing about me, when I receive something, I take pride in what I do. I take pride in what I have, and I'm very honored to be a part of the WBC. As you can see, my researcher showed you the bracelet that I dedicated to my team and a lot of people that was around me. I even got the belt tattooed on my body. That's how dedicated I am to it. And not looking for it to go nowhere. But by that being said, there are many more that I want. I feel once whoever becomes the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, they have all belts. That's when the real true stardom of the heavyweight division starts. It's going to be a long journey. It's going to be a tough path to fulfill. But I'm that man. I'm that man. What's more than have a handsome, young, tall, strong American champion with a nice smile that can talk as well too, that can sweep your woman off her feet. Hey, boo.
Sunday morning sermon.
I'm that man, guys. I want it all. I'm sick and tired of having interim champion regular champion, super heavyweight champion. There's too many belts going on. People get confused. It's even confusing to me sometimes. Boxing is a business, I understand, but it's time to have only one. When people say the heavyweight champion of the world, I want to recognize only one, not 4 or 5 guys, only one. So I wish all my future opponents, I wish my opponent luck, because they're gonna need it. They're gonna need it.
Even with the killing part, I meant that. I meant that. I do want a body on my record. When I talk about boxing, I go into another place. I go into another element of my mind. Like, this is a transformation. I'm not myself at that point in time no more. I'm a different person. The Bronze Bomber, he's real.
It's not a joke, it's not a game, it's not like a comic book. When he makes the transformation into the Bronze Bomber, he's very, very different than he is as Deontay. Deontay's the guy that friendly, approachable, funny. The Bronze Bomber, very singular in purpose, there to beat his opponent, there to do damage, there to win. People may not think it's real, but if you're around him, you know it's real.
Inside of the ring, he's a monster. He turned into the Bronze Bomber, and you don't want to get in his way, man, because you're going to get knocked out or suffer some severe punishment.
I know what I possess. I know what I can do, and that's knock guys out. I could throw a 1-2 so clean, you'll never see the right hand coming. You can try to, but when it hits you, that's when you go no. Or when you wake up and your people telling you it's over, and you're going to be like, wait a minute, I ain't even hear the ref count. You were gone, man. You got knocked out.
We know this isn't the opponent you wanted, but I think we got a pretty good fight week atmosphere. Are you excited now going into Saturday?
I'm excited. I just want him to stay by his word. We done heard it all before. All before, the same old thing, same thing. So hopefully he don't get dehydrated this time. I gave him Pedialyte. You know what I mean? So we hope he take it in consideration, because this right here just turned up into a whole nother level. Somebody will die in that ring come November the 4th. I promise. The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. The referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it in, because every blow gonna mean something. This is death. I want a body on my record anyway. I want to put a body there. So this just got even more personal. I beat him to an inch of his life the first time. This time I'm gonna end his life.
Let's say he was dehydrated. Let's say he comes in 100% this time. Is there anything that he can bring to the table that you're having fear?
Nothing he can bring. He brought everything he could bring the first time. He brought all his tricks, all his power. It's nothing he gonna be able to do this time. Only thing he gonna be able to do is pick his spot on the ground where he gonna lay at and be there and remember that. I want the canvas. I want the canvas when he lay there, because it's gonna be a memorabilia for me. That's gonna be one body under my record. I guess they all will run then. This is no game I play. I'm very serious, and everybody know I mean every word that I say, and I say what I mean.
Everything I told Stavern, I really meant it for him. I don't know if he meant what he said when he was referring to things that he said to me, but I meant everything. And even like I said, I meant everything. Even with the killing part, I meant that. I do want a body on my record. But that's just the Bronze Bomber mentality. Right now, I'm Deontay Wilder. I'm calm. I'm at peace. I bring love. But the Bronze Bomber, you just never know what he's going to say and what he's going to get. But it's real. It's real. Everything is real. And thank God that he survived and see another day. Deontay Wilder want everybody to go home. They want everybody to see a family. Because I have family. I have kids. I love to death. And I definitely, I say an individual prayer and we say a team prayer. And the individual prayer, I always say I want the guys to go back home, And I know a lot of people will say I contradict myself, but they got to understand it's two different personalities. I'm Deontay Wilder outside, and I'm the Bronze Bomber on the inside, and it's really real.
Do you believe that you were the most powerful heavyweight there's ever been?
I definitely believe that. We have, I would say the taste that we have now, dealing with the past fighters, the past greats, easy to understand that, easy to see that. Maybe somebody slipped through the cracks. Maybe it's someone we don't know.
you know, that didn't have that opportunity to really show. Maybe something happened, they got locked up, they died or something like that. But as of now,
I'm talking about all, because I wrote this thing, say you could look at this all time, and I make this argument that there's never been a more destructive weapon.
I really feel like I'm the hardest hitting punch in boxing history, period.
When you see, who do you look, because I look at on the tapes, Marciano, Foreman, Tyson, Dempsey. Most of those shots are short. Yours is long. It gathers like a whip.
Correct.
What do you see when you see those guys, and how do you compare it to yourself?
Well, when I see those guys laying guys out in punches and bunches, combinations of punches. But when you see me, I set my guy up, and they call me the one-hit man, you know. So it's a difference between combinations of punches, you know, welding your man, you know, tiring your man down and welding on him and knocking him out. Then compared to someone hitting a guy with one right hand and they fall in their body doing something dramatic that it don't normally supposed to do.
Is there a knockout that disturbs you?
Knockout that disturbs me? No, I like all of them. I mean, was it one that I felt like I killed the man and I was looking over him and trying to see what was going to happen? Yeah. I mean, the Arthur Spukel fight was a killer. I really thought I killed him then because I didn't see his chest. I didn't see it raising, inflating or deflating. I didn't see none of that. I thought this man was actually dead until his girlfriend came.
I don't mean any disrespect here. You know I like you. I think you do. I hope you do. I know you're a good father, and I know you believe in the sanctity of life. But who is the guy I want to body? That don't seem like you.
Well, you know, it's the bronze bomber. When you in boxing, for people not to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, you got to be in my position. You got to be in boxing. You got to understand that when you in this sport right here, this is a gladiator sport. This is a man's sport. And if you ain't never been in it, you can never understand the feeling of getting in and putting your life on the line. Putting your life on the line. Another man is trying to take your head off. So what you gonna do? You can't be equal as nice to him. You gotta be more. Your mentality, your mindset has to be way more than his. If you're trying to come and take me out, then I gotta take you out. But I'm gonna do it in a way worse way than you can even imagine. So of course, you know, I don't take offense at people, anybody, you know, having any type of emotional feelings towards anything I say, because they don't walk in my shoes. They're not into what I'm into. They don't put their life on the line like I do each and every time.
But I saw your reaction when guys passed last year, and it was the sensitive, good Deontay.
I mean, that's the outside of the ring Deontay. I mean, I'm always have some type of passion or some type of feeling towards anyone that does what I do that pass away. I mean, I'm human at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the ring, when I'm Deontay Wilder, of course you're going to have some type of sympathy because a warrior has fallen. A warrior has given the world his energy inside of the ring. We risk our lives for others' entertainment, and people don't understand. They don't understand that. So when you do see a man, a warrior, fall, that gave everybody that, you know, that they gave his life for others' entertainment, of course you're going to feel some type of way.
No regret about I want a body?
I don't regret nothing I say, because I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And I want even my opponents to take heed to what I say. Most things that I say, it comes to pass. I don't say it for no reason. This is not to promote the fight. This is not to hype it up. You know, this is how I feel. When I'm in a state of being a boxing that's the bronze bomber, I mean what I say. Anybody can take it how they want, because at the end of the day, you're going to get dressed, you're going to pay your money, and you're going to come to try to see someone get knocked out. That's the whole anticipation of coming to especially a heavyweight title fight.
Especially this one.
Somebody want to see their brains, somebody want to see somebody's brains get knocked out of their head. And how nasty that may seem, or how cruel, you know, it may seem for a fighter to say what he want to do. You getting up to go see it. So you just as guilty as the one saying it.
So if someone calls you out on that, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah, you come to see it. This is what they want to see. They don't want to see 12-round fights, and if they don't see the knockout, just imagine if I start not knocking guys out because I'm feeling some type of way. I don't want to hurt nobody. You know, this is Deontay Wilder inside the ring and outside the ring. You know what? I done had an epiphany. I done had a change. I had a different change of thought in mind. I'm just gonna try to box my man for 12 rounds. You think anybody gonna accept that? 12 years I've been mesmerizing people from the knockout. 12 years, and that's what they want. That's what they ask for. That's what they yearn for. And if I go in there and just tap, 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 hold, grab, tap, 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 man, I get booed out of the arena.
This is Center Street North, the dividing line, the racial dividing line of Birmingham, Alabama. We are passing the home of Arthur Shores, whose home was bombed 3 different times during the 60s.
Jeff Drew cannot forget what life was like living in the segregated South of the 1960s.
And I was laying on the floor watching the TV, and the next moment, me and the TV are at the ceiling. It had literally blown us both off the floor. And I had my first taste of what a dynamite blast felt like.
Drew's family wasn't welcome in an all-white neighborhood. Determined to stay, his father took action to protect his family from hate groups.
That wall was built to stop the bullets and the dynamite that the Klan would shoot and throw.
Frankie Adams Johnson grew up in Mississippi, surrounded by symbols of racial segregation.
Whites were privileged, blacks were underprivileged, and we lived with signs of symbols of segregation. Whites here, blacks here.
You've got to keep the white and the black separate.
50 years ago, Birmingham was known as the most segregated city in the South. An example was here at the Lyric Theater. White customers could go through this entrance, while black customers had to go around the corner to a back alley entrance that was marked colored only.
Many Southern communities passed laws to separate blacks and whites in schools, restaurants, and many other public places. Congressman John Lewis, who grew up in rural Alabama, says he tasted the bitter fruits of racism.
I didn't like it. I saw those signs that said white men, colored men, white women, white waiting, colored waiting.
Mississippi is a state that has consistently resisted any move to rid itself of racism.
Hollis Watkins from Mississippi remembers some of the unwritten rules.
If you were walking down the sidewalk and you meet white people, you step off the side and bow your head until they pass. Because if you didn't, it could be considered disrespectful, and they might kick you, beat you, or put you in jail.
I'm not for integration. I'm for segregation, and I will be until I die.
Segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever.
In June 1963, Alabama Governor George Wallace blocked 2 African Americans from enrolling at the all-white University of Alabama. After federal marshals and the National Guard stepped in, Wallace stepped aside. For his daughter Peggy, it was a painful memory.
It stained Alabama, of course, but it stained him for the rest of his life.
We have a right to expect that the Negro community will be responsible, will uphold the law, but they have a right to expect that the law will be fair, that the Constitution will be colorblind.
The symbols of racial segregation in the South started disappearing after the passage of the 1964 Civil Rights Act.
President Johnson affixes his signature,
giving millions of African Americans the same freedoms and liberties enjoyed by the country's then predominantly white population.
These layoffs and the shit that's been going on in my career, man, have got my mind in such a different place in time. I'm soaking up so much knowledge. I'm reading so many books. I'm listening to so many audios of books and documentaries and stuff like that. It's flooding my brains, man. And it just, I just want my people to do good. You know what I mean? I'm for black people. I don't want to. I don't. You know. It's crazy when you look up on it on the world. It's already black on black crime.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get in that ring, what's the difference? The only difference is we sign a contract to take each other out for the entertainment of others.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And as you look at it, when you look at in the audience, when you look in the audience, what ethnic group do you see up in the audience? Nothing have changed. What's the majority that you see? Nothing have changed. Yeah. But the thing about it, we gotta do what we gotta. This is how we feed our family, man. This is. Oh man, it's so much, man, and it's so much, man, that can be said, man. The truth hurts. The truth hurts. And as I see these pictures, as I see certain things and events that are had in past history and time, man, it hurts so bad, man. And that's the thing of our black people. We're ignorant to the history. Meaning that, let me get a term of ignorant. Ignorant means lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't even know the simple term of ignorance. Meaning anybody can be ignorant to something. It's easy. You just have lack of knowledge of it. And we as black people have lack of knowledge of history, how all this slavery shit has formed, and what it is going on right now. We're still in the form of slavery. It's just modern. It's just modern. And fucking Trump, man, you gotta love the man because he speaks the fucking truth. The man just sit up and told you we are not citizens of America, man, and he's right. If people go back to the Constitution and all that, man, it stations up in there. It says, and they go back and look at the meaning of certain things like minorities and all. If they go back and look at the meaning of these things, they will see in plain daylight what it fucking means. But we don't. But as people, just like reporters and stuff, we don't want to do our research and homework on certain things. We just want to base off our opinions instead of the facts of it. And that's what I always told people, just state the facts about Deontay Wilder and not what you would think about me. Because I'm likely more than what you think of me.
He was a man who struck fear in other powerful men, big and strong, flamboyant and cocky. But his affection for white women was a fight even Jack Johnson, the nation's first black heavyweight champion, couldn't win. Not in early 20th century America.
Jack Johnson was a source of great pride to the African American community for defying and standing up to systemic and institutional racism.
In 1912, Johnson was arrested for violating something called the Mann Act, a 1910 federal law aimed at criminalizing the transport of any woman or girl for the purpose of prostitution or debauchery. He was convicted a year later, still reigning champion, then sentenced to a year in prison, fleeing the country before returning to serve his time.
He was pretty much unbeatable.
Today, President Trump, flanked by former champ Lennox Lewis and boxing superfan actor Sylvester Stallone, issued a pardon. The president hinted at this potential forgiveness weeks ago, tweeting, "Sylvester Stallone called me with the story of Jack Johnson. His trials and tribulations were great."
Jack Johnson's a great inspiration to me, especially throughout my whole career.
Johnson died in the 1940s, his reputation sullied by interracial romances and a prison stint. His legacy and criminal record given an official chance now to get up off the canvas at long last.
It's right now. That's what matters. We live in right now. We can't live in the past. The things that we done in the past and things we want to see in the past, that'll never be. We only make it better for right now. That's why y'all gotta support. Y'all appreciate me now. Because I already know when my career is over with, that's when I'll be mostly appreciated. But I don't want that. I want to be appreciated right now.
If I may, Deontay Israel, how are you? I want to take this in a different direction. Looking at the fights that we've seen before, we've seen countries literally back their fighters, go to bat for their fighters. What do you, as a powerful champion who happens to be an African-American male, feel like you have to do to become America's champion and have that Mike Tyson effect, that global effect, that A-list effect? What do you feel like needs to be done?
Man, first off, Man, we talk about this all the time, about other countries supporting their people. And when you come to America, we rather support other people than our own, and it's crazy. It's crazy, especially when you have a black man in the forefront. Let's keep it real, you know. Especially that, you know. And then you got boxing analysts and former champions and so-called experts. They bashes us too. So when you get non-boxing fans or just casual random fans that come in and hear things, they go to them to see what's going on. If they saying, oh, he ain't fighting nobody, this is bomb, or this is step, then that's what they listening to, and then it become a hearsay. Because thing about it, people don't want to do fact. They don't want to do the research on the fighter and see, oh damn, he did this. They don't want to do that. They want to. It's easier than to hear something and then run and say something, and then you're gonna add a little bit in there because it's never the same once you heard it from that person than when you tell this person. And I think that's one of the reasons that, as far as in America, it's down a little bit. You know what I mean? Our own people bash us. In other countries, no matter how they look, no, they'll be 5-0. They'll be the biggest thing in their country. If I was from the UK or somewhere, I'd be the biggest thing there. Easy. I was from Africa or somewhere where my roots is, I'd be the biggest thing there. Easy. But here in America, it's different because of for those reasons. And the only thing that, you know, as far as the heavyweight division concerned, the only way I think that could fix that problem is having one champion on the face of the man.
Bye-bye American Pie. That's what Tyson Fury sang after the fight. Is it bye-bye to American heavyweights? Is Deontay Wilder the last great, if you'll pardon the expression, black hope? Because most of the great heavyweight champions of the 20th century were black guys who came out of the South. Is that storyline still a story? We'll find out when the rematch happens. Meanwhile, let's just enjoy what we just saw. A show unlike any heavyweight show I've seen in a long time.
Amen to that. It was one of the best. Larry, it is an honor to have you with us, sir. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence. Good to see you.
He's turned into this cultural leader, and you're like the wife of a cultural leader. Is there any added pressures outside of the house to?
I honestly feel like Deontay speaks what he feels and he believes what he feels. And I feel like because he believes in himself so much, it causes other people to believe in him so much, and he delivers what he believes. So I feel like it's added pressure for me and everyone around him to live that, because we're not Deontay Wilder, you know? But because I feel like he believes that other people believe it as well.
What happened on stage over there during the face-off?
I mean, it's just the energy. The energy is building up. All the talk is finna come to a ease, you know? It's over with. That's just the energy. I'm tired of hearing this story about him promoting this mental illness, about turning up the bottle, about putting that sugar daddy and his sugar mama in his nose, or that sweet candy, or that white girl, whatever you want to call that powder. I'm tired of him talking about losing weight. Man, this is America, man. That goes on every day. I don't want no foreigner coming over here selling no story and the American public suck into this because he has a British accent. Get the fuck out of here. Because if I was the one doing that, they'll call me a drug addict. They'll call me somebody that abused my body. They'll call me probably a terrorist. It's just a different, I come from a different world. I ain't hearing that. But it's time. Everything he says, it's gonna be, I'm gonna hold it against him. I can be the judge in the ring. Everybody that comes with him, they can't speak for him. They can talk that shit, but when they come in the ring, it's only me and him. He can have 4 trainers. I don't give a fuck who he got in his corner. He can have the best of the best trainers in the corner. They can't fight for him. They can't teach him nothing that is gonna be able to prepare for me, because I'm I'm one of a kind. Y'all understand, man.
Tyson said that he's got the power to knock you out.
Come on, man. Who the last person you seen him knock out?
Been a while.
All right, then. So we don't believe him. What he says, we don't believe. But what I say, you better take it. You better take it to the bank, because I don't play around in this sport, man. I say what I say, and I deliver it. And you got to be careful of a man that's going to tell you what he going to do. He actually do it to you. And that's what I do. I'm a man of my word. Many times people have said what I can't do, what I'm not going to do. But you don't have the power to prove that to no one, do you? But I have all the power to prove that. Not only do I can tell you, I'm going to knock you out. But when it's time for it to happen, I show you what I'm all about. I show you. And it don't get no beautiful than that. That a man can tell you what he gonna do and then do it. These fighters always worrying about how bigger they are than I, whatever. Who give a fuck? Who cares? I know if they know them, they know me. You know, and that's just bottom line. I don't care. You never heard me talk about how big I want to be or what. I give a fuck about that. I don't want to be bigger. I don't care who knows me. I like to be low key, down low. That's the way I roll. That way nobody won't understand or know what I have or possess. That way they won't have to be sitting back lurking and try to rob from me, because I pity the fool that does that. I have a lot of people around me, positive energy, positive speaking, positive believing, until that energy is broken. And then there's consequences behind that action. See, I don't care about all that. But what I do care about is protecting my family and providing for them. But what I'm gonna do? I got a beautiful life, man. I got a happy life. I'm a happy being. Only time y'all see me enraged is when I turn into the bronze mama. But this is the week of the fight. This is the time for it to happen, to everything to come out. I feel it, bro. You can't feel the power.
Deontay,
energy. Oh,
Deontay,
goodness.
Radio Raheem.
Oh,
listen, man. You said that your people have been fighting for 400 years.
Man. Your people's too.
So I just want you to explain what you mean by that.
You know what I'm talking about. Y'all all know what I'm talking about, man. Don't sit up here and try to bait and not know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I talk about when I say these things. Your people too.
Explain it. Not everybody knows what you're talking about.
Radio Raheem, I don't have to explain what's understood, man. You know what I mean by that. You know what I say about that. I ain't got to go further. And if anybody don't understand that, then God be with them. Go look up the history. Go look up the history. Shit, don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that shit. See what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what. I dare you to sit up there and say, explain. You know what I'm talking about, man. He's fighting people. You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day. To this day. You just sit here and you don't know what I'm talking about? Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Trouble, yeah?
I hope you know.
He's in trouble, yeah?
He's in trouble. He's in trouble. I want you to feel for him because he's in trouble.
Okay, we gotta move. Bombers here now.
We gotta move.
Okay.
How you feeling?
I know, you're serious.
I'm thinking this two different cultures, two different worlds. I had to overcome and endure a lot of adversity. Hearing this country.
Gotta go.
Just because he bring a story out about mental illness and drinking the bottle and losing weight, yeah, that's every day. He chose to do that to himself. Nobody made him do that. So don't come to this country trying to sell that bullshit. Because if it was me, I'd be called a drug addict and everything else.
All right. No more questions. We gotta go. This way.
Thank you. This way.
Playing games. Very heavy shit. Heavy shit.
Tim, you look deep into his eyes, guy. What did you see when you looked deep into his eyes?
I saw the bronze bomber. I saw the angry, ready, destructive, powerful, brutal force that is Deontay Wilder when he wants to fight.
It's serious. It's completely different to what you saw in
when I was in Alabama. Completely, utterly. He wanted to give me a message there to give to Tyson. He said, "You worry for your friend. You worry for your friend because he's in trouble."
You agree? You think Tyson's in trouble?
No, Tyson's a great boxer, but it's what Deontay feels. He feels this powerful thing at the moment. He feels ready, destructive. He's become the bronze bomber. I think it's very interesting. I mean, he gave me a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say. I thought you might have to break you two up there.
No, because I don't feel any venom towards me.
No,
he didn't do it towards me. It was an intimate thing in a weird way. Do you know what I mean?
This is
is going to be an amazing time for me because it is Black History Month. You know, after this fight, I'm going to make him a Black History trivia question, and it can go as tight as any type of way possible. But this fight means so much to me, and I'm very appreciative to be able to have the opposition that I will be facing come February 22nd.
Hey man, I watched that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight part 2, man. And wait, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you haven't seen the fight, don't watch this video. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I'm giving you 3 more seconds to get out of here because I'm finna tell what happened, man, because I can't wait no longer. 3, 2, 1. Tyson Fury must work for Midas because he beat the brakes off of Deontay Wilder. I mean, beat him from start to finish. TKO'd him on Black History Month. Now, if you don't know who Tyson Fury is, man, really tall, 6'9", man. This guy is just nothing but mostly legs. He don't even look like he in shape in the middle. He got this long reach and got a hard-ass jab. And Deontay Wilder is a real chiseled, lean brother. Ain't got don't look like he got any flaws, man. Tatted all over his body. Just a strong soldier. But he got knocked. His own corner had to throw in the towel last night. He was bleeding out of his ear. Looked like he broke it. He was spitting blood. I think the man broke his jaw. Tyson Fury ain't no joke. His mama named him after Mike Tyson. And it was just like Mike Tyson. Because that dude, man, he destroyed. Deontay Wilder is 42-0 and one draw, ain't never lost. And this nigga wait till Black History Month to have a loss to a white boy that he almost beat the first time. I know what Deontay Wilder's mistake was. He walking up in there with his girl look good too. I don't know if she's an Instagram model, but they walk way in there holding hands. You don't be holding hands on the way to a fight. You a warrior. You don't supposed to have no women around. You supposed to be ready to kill, man. You can't walk holding hands, booed up on the way to the arena. You can't do that, man. You gotta change up your ways, man. You gotta have your woman, you gotta send your woman out of town or something, cause this about to be war. You supposed to be getting ready to get down, man. You can't be booed up all the way to your locker room. That was your first mistake. Then you had a poet out there. He's dropping some deep lyrics and everything, man. Sounded good. Walk you all the way to the stage. And then, not only that, that old mask you had on, I see you had the mask, the Black Panther with the crown looking thing going on, the whole Black History theme and all the black, it was all black with the lights on it, the LED lights, it was red around the eyes. You looked like a killer when you walked in there, but then you got knocked the fuck out by Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder even had the nerve to say he would have beat Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson's prime. That's why Mike Tyson was celebrating like a 3rd grade little girl when Tyson Fury TKO'd Deontay. Deontay's own corner threw in the towel. It's like, no, bro. With that being said, man, I'm praying for your swift healing, Deontay Wilder, man. I hope your ears, I hope everything function, man. But it looked really bad, man. It was leaking. Boy, you was leaking like an oil can out of that ear, man. I don't know what he did to you. But you got to give props to Tyson Fury, man. He studied and he figured you out and he hit you hard and stopped you. To be honest, didn't even look like Deontay was ever in it. Didn't even look like he ever hurt Tyson, man. Don't even look like he hurt that boy at all. You decided to lose your first fight on Black History Month. And to top it all off, when Tyson Fury was presented with Deontay Wilder's heavyweight championship belt in the middle of the ring, Tyson Fury stood there and sung a song from American Pie. And everybody in the crowd joined in like they was at a pub. Deontay Wilder, you dressed like Black Panther, lost on Black History Month. You owe black people reparations for all the money we lost betting on your black ass.
Who knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was gonna kill me. But he hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He was a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaw's been broke, been knocked down a couple of times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Man, dude.
Bad.
Ain't no doubt.
Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark.
Incredible.
Fast.
Incredible.
And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.